Welcome to another Simplistic RC video series. This will be my review and a detailed step-by-step how-to of the FIMI X8 SE. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started. So here it is, the FIMI X8 SE. I ordered this from Banggood on August the 6th, 2019 for $4.99, and I added a coupon code that brought it to $4.33 with the $9 shipping insurance. On the website, it stated that the processing time was 17 days. I got an email the next day saying that it was out of stock and they would ship it when it was back in stock. So the shipping date was August the 29th. So that was a total of 24 days of processing. Then from the 29th to September the 18th, 2019, when I received it, it was another 21 days just for the shipping. So total from when I ordered it to when it got to my door was a 45-day wait. So I'm saying all that just to let you know that this is a popular drone, and based on where you live at and if it's in stock, it may take you a little while to get it, so be patient. With that being said, let's go ahead and open this baby up. All right, so what I see here is there's a packing list right here, what's in the box, and then also the scan code for the app. So what's in the box? We got the two manuals, the remote control, and up under that, some props. We got the AC power cord, which is not an American cord. We got the charging brick, and we have 3 cables. On the other side, we have the actual FIMI X8, and under that, we have some more props. And that's all that's in the box. So that's everything in the box laid out. So first, let's see what's here. We've got the drone quick start manual, and also disclaimer and safety operation instructions. Move those out the way. Let's pick up this remote. And there's rubber here, and I can see the controller sticks stashed right up in here. There's rubber on the sides, which gives you a nice firm grip, feels really nice. I don't know what size tablet this goes up to, but I don't have one, so I can't check that one out. So if you know, you can put it in the description below. And you've got a button here, which is probably the auto takeoff and the auto land. Then you have a joystick right here in the middle, and it also has a push button when you push down on it. But we'll talk about the function of all the switches and knobs and stuff later on. Over on the left side, you've got your power button, and it serves another function too. By pressing it quickly, you can check the battery status of the remote. So press it quickly, and that's the lights indicate the status of the battery. Then you have a switch here, red switch, which is your regular flying mode and then return to home. And let's go ahead and pull out the sticks here. Screw them in. They got rubber around them. That's nice. So if we can get this other one out, screw that one in. Now what I do notice is you can see the little rubber around the sticks here, but it rotates. So I don't know if that'll be a problem for the pinchers. I'm a thumber, so it won't bother me. Okay, so let's move on to the antennas. So the antennas, they come up to 90 degrees and they will extend to 90 degrees. And that is the maximum motion that these antennas will go. Okay, under the bottom, there's a little door. It's a little rubber door. And when you open that up, that is actually where you will plug your cable that goes to your phone in. That would be the standard USB plug. And then you have a micro USB plug for charging the remote control, which has a lithium polymer battery in it. All right, let's push that back in. And here on the top and on the back, you've got two rotary switches on both sides, left and right, and two push button switches in the back on left and right. The one on the left is spring loaded, so when you let it go, it pops back to the middle setting. And the one on the right makes a clicking noise, and it rotates in both directions continuously. And then you have the buttons in the back. So we'll talk about all those functions later on. Also in the remote, right here in this little cubby hole is where you would stick your cable in once you put your phone in, so the cable won't get pinched or anything like that. So another thing about the remote is that you're going to need a micro USB cable, and I suggest to use the adapter that is rated at 1 amp or better for charging this remote. So let's set that to the side. The cables that you get that plugs into the phone, there's 3 of them. One is for your Apple products. One is a micro USB cable. And the other one is this is USB-C cable. And they have the standard USB connection on the other end. So that's for plugging your phones or your tablets in to the remote. Now the power cord, the AC cord that plugs into the wall. I'm in the US and this is not going to work for me, so I'm going to have to either get an adapter, picture above, or another cord with the plug on one end that plugs into the wall here in the US, and this kind of plug on the other end. Now a PlayStation 2 or 3 plug will work with this charging brick, but there's a picture above there of what the cord would look like for the US, and you can buy them anywhere like eBay or Amazon or wherever you want to find them at, or you can run down to your local electronics store and pick up an adapter or a cable for the charging brick. So now let's look at the charging brick. So this is the charging brick, and you can see that it's only designed for the FIMI X8. And to demonstrate that, I'm going to pick up the FIMI and open these 2 arms. And you can see here that there's a button here and a button on the other side. So what you would do is press these 2 buttons in at the same time and pull directly straight up. And here's the battery. All the specs for the batteries and stuff like that I put at the beginning of the video. And here's the battery. So now the charging brick can only go on, you can see these 2 slots here, and then you've got 2 little nipples right here, and so this can only go on one way. And also you see that it's slant right here and here, just like the battery is at that end. So it can only go on one way, so there's no way to put it on the wrong way when you charge it, so that's a good thing. Now to put the battery back in, just grab your copter and you see the pins down here and you see the connector here. You just line them up and you're going to hear a secure click when it's in place. And she's in place. She's not coming out. So that's the charging part of it. Also on the battery, the flight battery, the same thing applies. By clicking this quickly one time will give you the flight battery status. As so. All right, so let's go ahead and open this baby up. So you want to do the bottom arms first. Well, first let's talk about what's the features of this drone. Now, if you notice, there's a big light here on the back, and then these are the two front arms, and there's a light on these two arms. Then on the bottom, there's a huge heat sink, a sonar, and regular camera here. And you have 4 pieces of rubber on the bottom heat sink here, and then you've got 2 pieces of rubber on one on each arm of the front arms. Let's move to the front. Here's the camera, and it's, oh wow, something that I just noticed is that the motors actually tilt in on an angle, the front and the back, and that's good for stability. Now, this is not a sensor or anything like that. There's no sensors up here. It's just decoration. So the camera is a 3-axis gimbal. We'll take the protected foam piece off. So you might want to get a 3D printed one, or you can still use this one. You just want to make sure you push it all the way back to these brackets here. So it has a 3-axis gimbal. So what that means is that the camera can go up and down, left and right, or it can tilt left and right. That's the 3-axis. Also, there's rubber grommets on both sides, and then on the top there's 4 of them for stabilization of the camera. So now let's go ahead and open it up. You want to do the bottom arms first. You hear a click. You hear a click. That wasn't a loud click, but it clicked. And that's a click. And we'll set it down. And that's the way she looks with the arms extended. Now, there's no marking on the motors here. And plus, you can see the spring here for the quick release props. So the props, if you notice here on the arms, there's a little mark here on this arm and this arm here. It looks like a little negative sign. And then there's nothing on these 2 arms. And if you look at the props, on this prop, you can see it's got those little lines on it, like negative signs on this prop. And then on these props, there's nothing. So you want to make sure that you put the props on the right arm. Matter of fact, if I try to take the one with no marking on it and put it on an arm that has a marking, it will not fit into the hole, not unless you really, really force it, you know, but other than that, it won't fit in the hole that well. So let's go ahead and put a prop on and show you. So what you want to do, we're going to use the negative one first, and here's the marking here. So what you want to do, spread your props out. You want to line the clips up with the big hole on the motor. You want to push down and turn counterclockwise and let go, and you feel it lock in place. To take the prop off, you just do the opposite. You push it down and rotate it clockwise and let it come up, and the prop comes off. Let's go ahead and do the other prop. So on this prop, this is the one without a marking on it, and the prop has no marking. So you want to do the same thing, spread the prop out, line it up with the big holes, you push down, and on this one, you want to go clockwise to lock it, And to take it off, you want to push down and go counterclockwise to remove it. So that's how the props go on and go off. Now, they came with 6 props, so 1 full set of props and 1 counter rotating prop, and counterclockwise and clockwise prop. So you didn't get a full 2 sets of props, which kind of sucks, but that's how FIMI wanted to do it. So, but it's still okay. I bought a full set of spare props before this arrived anyway. So now what we're going to do, we're going to talk about, there's a little door here, and it's rubber cover, and you open it up, and what you'll see in here is a little square switch, and then a sliding switch, a micro USB connector, and then the SD card memory slot. And we'll talk about that later too, what all that is for. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to the loading of the app on the Samsung Galaxy S10. So now let's install the FIMI Nav app onto the Samsung Galaxy S10. Now I've already scanned the QR code, but I'm just going to show you. If you scan the code with your camera, it'll look like this, and then there'll be a white pop-up at the bottom right here, and you just tap on that, and what it'll do is it will take you to this page here. Now another way that you can get the app installed on your phone is you can go directly to the Google Play Store and type in FIMI Navi, and you will be brought to this page. Or if you have an Apple product, then you go to their page and type in FIMI Navi, and it'll bring you to this page. But we're going to do it this way with the QR code. So on this page, all you have to do is tap download, and it takes you to the Google Play Store anyway. Click on install. So it's downloading the file now. So while it's doing that, I just wanted to say that I strongly suggest that you get a screen recording app. And the reason that I say that is if anything happens, your GPS goes batty, or your compass go batty, or your battery goes low on you, and your copter goes down, you have a visual of landmarks and surroundings in order to locate your drone. And also, if you're on the map page, you have a general idea of what area it went down in, and hopefully you'll be able to find it. So I strongly suggest that you get a screen recording app. Alright, so we're at 72%. We'll just wait for this to finish. This is all in real time. Almost there. Okay, so now she's going to install. Okay, click open. Alright, so it brings you to this page, and what you want to do is select your country, and mine is the United States, so I'm going to click on the United States. Click OK on the agreement. Now on this page, you can register or either log in. If you register, it's going to take you to this page, and all you have to do is enter your email address. You just enter your email address right up here, and then you create a password here. Alright, and then you will have to make sure that this box is checked, and then click on register. But I already have a login, so I'm going to click on login, and I enter my email address. and then my password. And click on login. Okay, there we go. Click on allow here, and then allow again. And we are now in the app. So now I'm going to go to the FIMI X8 SE, and we're going to go ahead and connect to it to make sure that everything syncs up. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and connect the FIMI Nav app to the controller and the FIMI X8. But first we need to install a micro SD card into the FIMI X8. So here on the side you want to open the door, and you see the micro SD card slot. And the SD card that they suggest to use, FIMI does, is a Class 3 or above. That's a U3 or above micro SD card. So I have one here. So you want the writing to be facing up, so you insert it into the slot. And if you don't have fingernails, you can use a small screwdriver and push it in it until it clicks. And it's in place. And the best way to close this door is start from the arm and then work your way to the other end. Now I have a Samsung Galaxy S10, and it uses a USB-C cable. So that's the cable that I'll be using for my setup. So you want to plug the regular USB into the controller. So you open up the door here, and you want the cable to run to the right, like so. Then I'm going to plug the other end into my phone. And I'm just going to leave my phone on the bench because we're just checking connectivity. Alright, fire up the phone. And here you see that I have the FIMI Navi app icon on my home page. So the app should start as soon as I turn on the controller. So let's see if that's the case. A short press and a long press. And I'm going to turn on the copter. Short press, long press. And the app starts. And you hear the chimes. And you're going to see the lights on the FIMI starting to pulsate like a heartbeat. And I'm waiting for the power light on the controller to turn white, which it just did. And also I'm going to wait for the auto launch, auto land light to turn white also. And it just turned white. And now what you see on the FIMI is the backlight is solid, and the red and the green light are now flashing a little bit faster. So I'm going to click on enter device. And now you can see the on-screen display, and we just got the camera to come on, and you can see the camera's working now. And as you can see that the update now pop-up is there. And if I click on return, all it's going to do is return me back to the beginning of the app. And if I hit enter device, it takes me back, but it's not going to let me do anything until we update. So that's it for this video. So the next video will be going over the updating the firmware, going over the on-screen display and the icons. We'll do the basic settings that's needed for flight, calibrate of the FIMI X8 and the first flight of the FIMI X8. So that's it for this video. Until next time, happy flying.